All right, guys, we are back for another Dokkan battle video. So we have an interesting little bit of news here. So the 10th anniversary, I would say, was really pretty crazy. I mean, I feel like since I've seen a lot of people being like, "Oh, like it wasn't that good," or this or that, or this or that, but it was absolutely insane, right? There was crazy events going on all the time. There was like all the rewards and stuff, eventually finishing with the anniversary, giving out a unit for free, like something like we've not seen anything like that before, right? Really, really crazy stuff. So now we're going to get, this looks like a little bit of info about the 11th anniversary. This seems a little strange here, but let's look at this. So, regarding the integration of certain challenge events, the ongoing red zones and Supreme Magnificent battles will become unavailable starting from 120. So, quickly, we could also, I think, identify that as a likely data download day. Yeah. So, okay. So, that like 159 East, okay, or 9:59 Eastern time. This is the JP reset, by the way. JP event reset, that's what time that is. So this is going to happen at JP reset. Right around, again, the 20th is when we should see, yeah, probably the data download, and then the countdown is going to start right around there. So I'm going to assume that the data download for that week, it's probably going to be on the 19th my time. So 19th at 9 p.m. Eastern, probably because the data download will probably be the night before this. And so that's when we're going to get the countdown. Now remember that the countdown, unfortunately, does not mean we know what is going to happen with the celebration. Remember the GDC countdown images? It was like a bunch of the gods and stuff, right? But like it didn't it gave no clue that it was gonna be Omega Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, basically Blue Vegeta and Fusion Zamasu. Like that was not really like, oh yeah, we figured it out. Like it was not really a hint towards that. So keep that in mind. Keep that in mind as we get to there. So starting from the 20th here, they will be integrated into a single red zone and Supreme Magnificent battle, respectively. This is interesting to me because the following will be integrated into a new event, Ultimate Red Zone. And then, okay. I'm going to pull these up quickly because the thing that's a little interesting to me here is we have already like multiple red zone stages around the same boss. So let's pull these up. All right, so the red zones that are going to be integrated into the new event: GT movie, Wicked Bloodline, Red Ribbon Army, Dismal Future, Movie Edition 2, Boo Saga, Goku Story Edition, Vegeta Story Edition, Dragon Ball Saga, Pure Saiyan Edition, and Daima Edition. Oh, and Artificial Lifeform Edition. Wait, actually, I think I might not have pulled the Daima one up. Okay, there we go. I did. Okay, I'm stupid. Okay. All right. Now, again, one thing I find a little fascinating about this. Yeah, look at this. So we have. Let's just pull up Baby. It's a stage everyone's doing right now. We have, for example, multiple baby stages. Cooler is another one, right? So here's the new baby stage, and here is the old baby stage. So I don't like it. Like this giant event is just gonna have a laundry list of scrolling it's gonna be like 70 stages long or something right now, right? So and it's just gonna be like what stage, like, let me see, what is it? Stage 4. Yeah, it's gonna be like stage 4 is like baby, and then stage 74 is gonna be just baby again. I'm just curious on how they're gonna do that. Like, Is it going to be a thing where the weaker version of the stage is like just like going to be gone? Like we've also seen this. So here, let's get rid of these. Another notable one I could just immediately think of is Cooler. Final Form Cooler has multiple stages. Obviously, so does Dragon Ball Super Broly, right? But we could just pull up this Cooler right here, and then there's also Cooler in this one, the Wicked Bloodline Red Zone. So I'm just curious to see what they're gonna do with like these types of stages. Like, are they going to like keep them both or whatever? So, okay. So all of these red zones right here are just gonna all combine into one. I guess I don't know. I'm not fully following completely why that's necessary. I feel like I kind of like it with all the different like red zones like this, because remember, okay, so like all of these red zones are getting combined into one, right? Here's the thing, we have been looking forward to GT Red Zone Boss Rush for a long time. Is it just now not going to happen, or is it gonna get added, or like this is kind of an interesting decision to me. I'm curious to see exactly how this is going to play out. So, yeah, all of these will be combined on the 20th of January. And then the Artificial Life Form Red Zone will be unavailable starting from the 24th of February. So, quickly, by the way, we can probably identify that as a likely data download date. This is probably the data download that will have the Carnival LRs in it, right? So the 24th right here, this probably is where we would see the Int LR Kid Gohan and the Carnival AGL LR Goku get their EZAs around February 24th. That's kind of like my guess with that. It's scheduled to be integrated into the new event Ultimate Red Zone at a later date. Okay. I wonder... So, at the Community Fest, when we tested out the new event or the new mode, right? Like, a lot of people have been eagerly awaiting, like, like news of that, or when is that coming? And I mean, like, I got to test it, and it felt to me like it was a ways off still. It didn't really feel like this was something that was going to be coming, like, pretty soon. Maybe we could see it as part of this anniversary, but probably not, because a major update that would be coming would be probably next week. That would have the friend system updates. I don't know. Far off probably. But there was like there was a map that you could like move around. I mean like Dragon Ball Z Budokai 2 or like the Legends map. Like damn, what was that? What was the video called that I did while I was at the... Yeah, here we go. Right here. Okay, so this is when I was in LA. I was in the Airbnb recording this. What I want to quickly do... Where is it? Excuse you? I definitely looked at it in here. Yeah, there we go. Like, Legends... Hold on. Legends just kind of has these stages with these maps, right? Where you could kind of just like move around the map. Like Dragon Ball Z Budokai 2 has like a similar thing. That is kind of like in this new mode. So I'm very curious if like maybe this revamp could have like that as a thing, right? To where all of these like red zone bosses could be on a map like that. I don't know. I could see something like that happening for sure. All right, and then we also have a bunch of these Supreme Magnificent battles that are going to be combining as well. All right, so here's the Supreme Magnificent battles that are going to combine. Dragon Ball Super Edition, Universal Survival Saga, Movie Edition, Gathering of Super Warriors, and the Next Generation Saiyans. It is funny how we don't really have like, I don't know, like an Android Cell Saga one, or like just like a straight up Boo Saga one or something. That certainly could be interesting. So they're all gonna combine, okay, and they'll be integrated as the new event, Supreme Magnificent Battle. Okay. After the integration, the current events will become stages of the new events. For example, Ultimate Red Zone Stage 1, GT Edition Stage 1. Ultimate Red Zone Stage 8, Movie Edition Stage 1. I see. Okay. Supreme Magnificent Battle Stage 22, Gathering of Super Warriors Edition Stage 1. Okay. So that answers the question. It's going to be Ultimate Red Zone Stage 4, GT Edition Stage 4, which is Baby. And then it's going to be Ultimate Red Zone Stage, 74, and it's going to be Baby again. Okay. But it's still, so they're gonna okay, GDC is gonna have a new red zone. It's gonna be maybe they call it like Dragon Ball Z bosses or something, right? And it's like, stage 1 is like Great Ape Vegeta, stage 2 is Final Form Frieza, stage 3 is Perfect Cell, and so it would just be like added at the very end, like, so it's gonna be like stage 101 is Dragon Ball Z bosses, stage 2 against Final Form Frieza. Okay. As the integrated events will be treated as new events, the clear status will be reset, even for players who have cleared the events before integration. You can get Dragon Stones as clear rewards when you clear the stages. So there's going to be a lot of new stones available for these stages. And wow, damn, dude. So wait, but we are going to have to redo 80 difficult event stages like that. Okay, sure. The difficulty display of the stages will be adjusted. Yeah, so this has to do with like the power level thing, right? Remember they did the revamp with power level where, you're going to get power level based on the type of stage you do. You're going to keep all the power level for all these stages being completed, by the way. But then this is going to be new power level we'll be able to get for beating these stages as well. So they're really pushing giving players a lot of power level from stage clears is what this is. This is a massive jump in power level. Clearing, at 80 stages? I mean, I what do we have here? 7. This one is 8. 5. All right, guys, here we go. So there's 115 combined Red Zone and Supreme Magnificent Battle stages. I noticed that they didn't include the Heroes Red Zone, so we'll see what happens with Heroes down the line. And then we could add one more, because Cell Max is a confirmed stage that's going to happen, that's coming. So we could add one more. So including upcoming Red Zone Cell Max, and there could be another one with him too, maybe Super 17. There's 116 stages. So this is at minimum another 116 stones, but 116 different iterations of power level that you're going to be able to get as well. Okay, so they'll be treated as new events. Clear status will be reset even for players who have cleared the events before integration. You can get Dragon Stones as clear rewards when you clear the stage of the integrated events for the first time. Difficulty display will be adjusted. Actual event content will be unchanged. Regarding missions, completion status of missions that will remain available after integration will be carried over. In addition, new missions will be added. Wow, yeah. So, along with event integration, certain events specified in the expert missions of the Greatest Warrior will be changed. Yeah, because it wants you to do certain red zones. I see. That's the panel. It's referring to these panel missions right here. If we just go, I think it's these ones, the expert ones. Yeah, where it just wants you to clear a red zone once. All right, so we have to tell Iron Cane that he has to get. Iron Cane has to finish all the Red Zone and Supreme Magnificent Battle stuff. Oh, brother. That kid is so lazy. All right, I'll try and get it done. Make sure he knows he's got to get all Red Zone and Supreme Magnificent Battle content has to be completed for him. Okay. Yeah, so those will be changed. Please note that you will not be able to attempt the related missions during the preparation period. Completion status remain unchanged if you have completed the missions before integration. Okay, so all missions you've completed, you still have completed, but there will be some new missions added when the event is completed as well. Wow, okay. I mean, this is definitely a big deal because at minimum, this is eventually going to lead to like 116 just free stones for players to get for anniversary. So it's interesting. Interesting. Okay. I had this pulled up too. Just a reminder, we're gonna see the Ise info for Piccolo and Ultimate Gohan on the 12th. People are still looking out every single night for 11th anniversary teaser. I mean, I do think we could see one eventually, but I every year I feel like I talk about how like these are not something that's just like easy to like these are a little random. There's not like, oh, like tonight's the night. Like every day I see people go, oh, the 11th anniversary teasers tonight, and it's like nothing. So like you guys have not heard any talk of 11th anniversary teaser out of me. You haven't. So anyway, let me know what you guys think about the interesting info with all the red zones and Supreme Magnificent Battles being integrated into one event. At bare minimum, it's 50 degrees out. Wow. Sorry. But at bare minimum, it is going to be a huge W being able to redo the stages and get stones, although you have to redo stages again. So let me know what you guys think, and I'll catch you guys next time.